I'm in the process of setting up a membership portal on my company's website for the membership program I've been hinting about lately. So, those of you who thought it was going to be a Patreon, you're wrong. Hey, I've got my own platform, so it makes sense to use it. Now, my website uses WooCommerce, and WooCommerce does not have memberships, subscriptions, online courses, or that kind of thing built in, which means I've got a lot of work to do. Let me show you the process, and you'll learn what it takes to set one up for yourself. First up, I need to be clear on what it is I'm trying to achieve before doing anything. So, I want a portal that enables members to access exclusive content, including courses. I want them to be able to keep track of where they are in those courses, and I want them to be able to chat with each other, network, collaborate, that sort of thing. And of course, I want it to be easy to use, and that translates into the following features. First, obviously you need to be able to have subscriptions, and subscriptions at different tier levels. Next, there has to be some kind of private portal that nobody else has access to. It has to support courses, and the courses need to be able to, in the course, need to be able to track where you are through the course. And there needs to be some kind of private forum or social networking capability. I'd also like people to be able to log in using their Facebook, Google, or whatever social media login, so that they don't need to create yet another username and login. That's just to reduce friction. It's a nice to have, not a must have. One of the great things about WooCommerce is that there are plugins for everything. So here are plugins just related to subscriptions and memberships. Of course, that's also a downside because plugins have, how can I say this politely, a wide variety of code and design quality, and that can cause all sorts of troubles, including conflicts between plugins. And beyond that, you also tend to need a lot of plugins, and that can get very expensive very quickly. Hey, WooCommerce plugin developers, a word of warning. The more you jack up the prices and cut things up into little plugins all sold separately, the more you make all-in-one platforms like ClickFunnels look like a really good deal. Seriously. ClickFunnels has subscriptions, memberships, online courses all built in, and even email marketing too, so you don't need a separate email marketing provider. I still use WooCommerce for various reasons, but don't push it too far, okay? I'd already recommend the less technical, consider using ClickFunnels instead. Anyway, I need to go plugin hunting, which is tedious but very necessary. So here are some of the things I pay attention to when evaluating plugins. First up, of course, is how well does it fit my needs? So we'll have a look at the description and the feature list and that sort of stuff. And then after that, is it being actively updated? So this one, last updated 3 months ago. That's good. It's being actively maintained. How many people are using it? 300,000. So it's not a perfect measure, but usually if a lot of people are using a plugin, it's pretty good. Then let's have a look at the rating. Oh, this one's very highly rated. That's also a good sign. And then I like to have a look at the 1- and 2-star reviews to see if there are any legitimate complaints that have come in fairly recently. So not 1-star or 2-star reviews from years ago, but fairly recent and legitimate, because you've also got people who like one problem and they give a 1-star. So I'll have a look at that. And then if they have a demo, which this one does, then I'll go check out their demo and see what it's like to actually use it. So here is the short list that I have. For the membership portal itself is OptimizeMentor, which will handle the memberships and the courses. And that's mainly because I've already got it. It's part of the OptimizePress suite, which I have. And these kind of plugins, the membership course plugins, tend to be quite expensive, so it makes sense to use what I've got. And after that, I need to use WooCommerce subscriptions to be able to take subscriptions for members to sign up with. For the social, for the networking and chat feature, I'll go with bbPress. I was thinking of installing BuddyPress and Youzify too, but Youzify would be another $199 USD a year, and every additional plugin means extra work. And then finally, for being able to log in with your Facebook, Google account and whatnot, the Nextend social login plugin. Okay, decision made. Well, sort of. I still need to test everything to make sure it works properly. But first I upgraded the website server because it was running on a rather underpowered one, and I was worried that the additional traffic to the membership portal would overload it. You know, the responsiveness was already tracking up a little bit higher than I'd like. Fortunately, Cloudways made this ridiculously easy. Like a few button presses, and in 10 minutes I had a faster and more responsive website. It's always nice when something works better than expected. Now it's time to go and buy all the plugins, set up a staging website, and test everything out. I don't want to use the actual website, the live website that you access, because one bad plugin could break everything and leave the site unusable for you guys. With a staging clone, I can experiment to my heart's content, and if it breaks, no harm done. I can just delete it, reconstruct it, and try again. So let's install the plugins, set up some test membership subscriptions. Setting up bbPress was relatively easy. I've got a working but rather empty forum now. Why can't I buy a subscription? And why does it claim that I've already got it in my cart when my cart is empty? Something's not right. What's going on? So the currency switcher that I'm using needs a subscription add-on for it to work properly with WooCommerce subscriptions. Why don't they just bundle it all in? Whatever. Plugin installed and problem solved. So far it's been pretty plain sailing. So a few hiccups here and there, but there are no plugin conflicts and everything's working nicely. Now, here's where I pay the price for deciding to use OptimizeMentor instead of buying yet more plugins. You see, OptimizeMentor, in fact, the entire OptimizePress suite has no WooCommerce integration. That's because they have their own payment solution called OptimizeCheckouts, and it's pretty good. So if you don't need WooCommerce, just use that. For me though, I'm already using WooCommerce. It has more payment gateways. It integrates with my accounting system. So I need to use WooCommerce. Ideally, there would be a proper integration between the two, but seeing as the OptimizePress team aren't keen and I don't have time to whip up my own integration right now, I'm going for option B, which is to integrate via Zapier using OptimizeMentor's API. It took me about a day to figure out how to stitch the two together, and I'll share how I did it in a separate video. I'm done. Everything I need is installed and working. Now I have to repeat the process on the actual website, then review things like the privacy policy and terms and conditions and stuff like that. And then I can finally set up the actual membership portal. You don't want to watch me doing that. Watch one of these videos instead.